Ryan Steinekert with Cooper Cornia, a second time this week. Wrestling coach at Rich High School. Cooper, thanks for your time.
You bet. It's good to be with you, Ryan.
Tell me more about last weekend's tournament at Bear Lake.
So it was just a one-day tournament, and just like most of the tournaments we've been to this year, it was mainly Idaho teams. Star Valley, Wyoming was there with their JV kids, which is a pretty solid team. Star Valley's dominated their classification the last few years, and even their JV team's very good. We had a couple kids make it to the finals. Wyatt Weston, he won first, and Colton Hislop was in the finals and took second. So we were happy with that, and the rest of the kids worked hard. You know, it was a fairly tough tournament, and you know, we didn't finish some of those lost matches in the consolation semifinals that we really thought maybe we'd get, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So
I know Wyatt's been working to get down to 195. How close is he to that?
I believe his weigh-in this week was 199, and with the growth, he has to weigh 197. So he's a couple pounds, which makes him really light for the 220s, but he'll get there. He's slowly making his way down. But
real light for the 220s, but he still won that bracket at Bear Lake, right? What about, I know a couple other guys have been trying to cut some weight. Keegan Terry told me he wanted to get down to, I think, 113.
Yes, we have 5 kids all piled up at 120, and you can only take 2 to region and state. So we got several of those kids at 120 that are trying to cut down to 113. Keegan's one of them. Corgan Conk actually made it, but he wasn't able to wrestle last week due to an injury, but he's made it down, and Keegan's trying. So we should get a little more separation in that 120 and 113 weight class this next week.
We talked earlier this week a little bit about the Wind River tournament, and you said it's kind of a preview of Wyoming's 2A. There's a lot of 2A teams there?
Yeah, they have a lot of 2A teams. There's a few 3A teams as well. And it's a pretty tough tournament. Historically, if we've been able to get kids to place at this tournament, they've been able to place at our state tournament. Now this year, our state tournament's obviously going to look a lot different with Altamont and Duchesne being up, so you know that might change a little bit. But this is a pretty good measuring stick for where we're at as far as being competitive at our state.
Is it an invitational, or is it pretty much all the 2A schools from Wyoming and a few others?
It's an invitational, but they extend a lot of invitations. There's a lot of teams that show up, so it's a good tournament for us.
And what's the format? It's not a duel, it's a full 16-man bracket kind of thing?
Yeah, this is a 16-man bracket, and they have some JV matches going on in a separate gym, and yeah, it's a good competitive tournament, good preview for us.
Does it also give you a good a taste of kind of how the state tournament is run?
Yeah, it's a similar setup, and for the finals they do a light show and announce it for everybody. It's a pretty good preview, and it gives kids that do make it to the finals that chance to kind of overcome those nerves of being introduced and having the lights and all that stuff, because that's, for some people that's a new experience, and it's tough to not go out there and wrestle differently than you would under normal circumstances. So it's a good preview for that.
Anything else we should touch on about the wrestling team this week?
I think that's it. We're excited. A good chance for us to go get tested at the Dawn Runner.
Coach Cooper Cornia, Rich High School wrestling team, thanks so much for your time. Good luck this weekend at Wind River.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.